Okay, hey everybody, this is our Sunday night team call, Dreaming of Diamond. I am representing our leadership team tonight for the first time ever as we've come together in a larger group, but I'm going to be talking to you about some new ambassador training. The format's going to be a little bit different. I'm excited about it. So I kind of said this before recording. If you're a leader, take some notes on what you feel might work for your folks in the interim. As we kind of bridge the gap between the time as your new folks are joining. If you're new, this is obviously for you. So hoping you're going to like it. So we're just going to dive right in. I'm Sadie Hirschway. I am one of the members of our leadership team. I'm a dual ambassador in Plexus, and I'm so excited that you've joined our team. If you're watching this and you're brand new, you've made a fantastic decision. So you're either watching this as somebody who wants more information, just how to get plugged in, or you're watching this because you actually want to, you know already that you actively want to share Plexus. So what I want to say first and foremost is that if you are looking for more information about the products, we have a tremendous amount of resources inside of our team page. So likely if you're on this call, you've already been added to the Dreaming of Diamond page. You may have been added to some other pages. Your sponsor may have given you some resources, but just know that any of those pages you were added to, you can go in and use the search bar, and you can search all of just the repository of information that we have. So that's compensation information, and that's product information, that's how to get started. But we're going to keep it kind of light here tonight. We're going to talk about best practices for you in your first 24. So your first 24 minutes of joining, your first 24 hours of joining, and your first 24 days. And I hope this is comprehensive for you and it hits on all areas. So I'm going to talk to you about how to start sharing. And maybe you're sitting here and you're going, well, that's not what I signed up for. So here's the thing. We're going to walk you through kind of why we're giving you this information because you are actually involved in a health system that can help everyone in your life. And I don't say that lightly. I say that because it's absolutely safe and it's very effective. And what we do in Plexus is we correct nutritional deficiencies. So there's something that we offer that you are now a part of that you can help others with. And right, most of the time, we're all interested in helping other people. So just keep that in mind as we walk forward. Nobody's pressuring you to do anything. You're here and you're listening to the information. So the first 24 minutes, again, this training came from Susie McCall. She is a Diamond Ambassador of Plexus. She's completely amazing. And I loved this. It was very concise. I hope you guys agree. So the first 24 minutes, when you join Plexus and you've worked with the person who's helped you join, the first thing we want to talk about is have you set up your convenience order yet? So that was a part of your sign up process. So your sponsor probably sent you some instructions on how to sign up. And it probably included something called a convenience order. And you know what? You might have just glossed over it. You're like, this is not important. I'm scared of this. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to do this. But I'm here to give you a little bit further information to it, okay? It's actually documented that people in Plexus who do not sign up or who do not set up their convenience order are about 89% more likely never to order again and not to fulfill their goals with Plexus, whether it be with the business and financially or the product. So that's something to think about. Okay. So what is the convenience order? Super simple, you guys. It's basically a convenience. That's all it is. You're setting up just a standing order that you can add to, delete, move at any time. But it's something that once you get it done, you're not going to have to worry about it anymore. You might want to go in and say, okay, well, I don't need this anymore. I'm going to take this off of here. Or, you know what, I've heard about this. I want to try this. But it's kind of a placeholder, guys. And we are so super busy. And I don't know if you feel like you're in the category of someone who's busy. Okay. I think we would all raise our hand if we were asked if we were busy. So, setting that up now, ideally you would have already set it up, but setting it up now, listening to this and going back and making making it a priority to set up that convenience order and say, you know what, my health is a priority. I want to be successful. I don't want to be in that huge chunk of that huge statistic of people who are not successful because they didn't set this up. So consistency also is extremely key with our products. So I want you to understand that you've not only joined a really safe and powerful health system, but it's definitely not going to work unless you're consistent. That means every single day. And I'm sure that was kind of maybe shared with you before you started, and you're like, oh yeah, that sounds great. But really, this is when the rubber hits the road, guys. You've got to be consistent. You've got to set up that order, and you've got to say, I'm going to do this for 60 to 90 days at minimum, so that you can start to see all the changes that you want to see. So this is also something, leaders, this is also something that we want our behavior to model, right? We want to have our convenience order on, or our subscription on, excuse me. We're calling it a subscription now, so I'm sorry about that. We want to have that set up so that, we want to have ours set up so that we are modeling that behavior that we want in other people. So we're not going to ask people to do something we're not willing to do ourselves. We're going to have our order set up. So if you don't have that done, go in, very, very easy. Let's say you don't have it done and you're like, oh no, I don't have it done. So many instructions, different instruction sets that are inside of our team page. I know that your sponsor has access to helping you with this as well. And I can post a link in the comments of the recording of this. So that's going to be a good thing. All right. So the next thing you want to do is write down your website name. So this is that website that you came up with that you're going to share with other people, whether you're intentionally working the business or you're just thinking about maybe getting your products paid for. But this is a really important key, okay? Because as you see these products start working in your life, you're going to all of a sudden start to be like, okay, well, I kind of understand why I was given this website. And that's exactly what happened to me. To be honest with you, I'm an accidental business owner, and that was the most amazing thing that ever happened to me in my whole life. We're obviously leaving children and, big life events out of this, right? But I kind of walked into a business that I didn't realize I was going to want to share. So when you join for wholesale, you're given a website. If you're listening to this and you're saying, I'm never going to use that, don't be so sure. So make a note of what that is, and just have it kind of somewhere, in the notes on your phone or a Post-it or something like that, so that when you're talking about this working at your workplace and someone says, oh, I need some of that, and the light bulb goes off and you're like, I can help that person get some of that. So that's what that's for. Also write down your ambassador ID. So anytime, we don't obviously want any problems to happen, but if anytime you would have to call customer service, having that ID number is super critical. Super easy for them to look up they can try to look you up by name, but I'm going to tell you, as our company grows, and we are growing, there is a huge, chance that there's going to be somebody with a duplicate name. So having that ambassador ID is fantastic. So the next thing I'm going to tell you is, like I mentioned before, you have a lot of resources at your fingertips. The person who sponsored you likely added you to a team page. If, obviously you are on a team page or, a part of some sort of stream of information because you're on this call right now. So, getting plugged in as much as possible is a great thing. Getting plugged into our team page to, see product information. We actually have another page that you've likely been added to called our product community. These are all great supportive resources for the products that you're already on, and it's going to help you just feel a part of the Plexus culture. So again, if you're using Plexus and you're just wanting the products at a discount, absolutely fine. Those pages are going to be beneficial to you as well. So make sure that you're plugging into that and you're talking to your sponsor. So the other thing to understand and to remember, to write down, I know this sounds so crazy that I'm asking you to do this, but write down why you started these products. as you start to heal and feel better, or as you start to help other people, the why that you started is going to likely change. But I can tell you that it is super wonderful to actually think back and think, okay, why did I start the products in the first place? And then after some of those goals are checked off, you continue to use the products for another reason. Maybe you started so that you could just simply have energy. And then maybe you're starting to feel better, so you're using them for a different reason now. Now you're using them because you have more energy for your kids, and your relationship as a mom or a dad is getting better. And it always evolves, okay? And so you want to constantly remember what that is, so that things like affording the products or sharing the products or staying on the products, adding to the products, those kind of are all going to continue to make sense because you've continuously reminded yourself why you joined Plexus. It's going to keep you motivated, and that is what we need you to be, is motivated, obviously. So let's say you're listening to this and you are so excited about the products. You're actually thrilled, and we've had a lot of people do this. Right when they first start, they want to share about what they're doing on social media. They want to talk about how excited they are about the products, and that is the next step to starting you off in a really strong way, right? Is to make an announcement on social media and just kind of talk about what you're doing. Talk about how excited you are, and invite your friends and family to join you into getting healthier. And again, you might be listening to this and you might be saying, I'm not really a serious business person, and that is fine, okay? But one thing that you can do right from the very beginning is with your excitement, you can actually help connect other people to feeling the way that you're going to feel, right? You can get people on your journey with you. You can have an accountability partner. And this doesn't require you to devote a lot of hours or time or, put a lot of toil into it, right? It's just posting on social media, getting people excited, getting people invested in to kind of doing this with you, right? It's fun. So this is just kind of an example of a post, and I'm going to read it verbatim. I don't typically, read off of a script when I do these calls, but I'm going to do that now because I really liked what she had to say. So here's what Susie says. So a sample post could be, hey guys, I just ordered my plexus supplements and I can't wait to get started. These products have helped my friend. And then you would just share who, invited you to Plexus with this, and this. Who wants to do this with me? And what is amazing about a post like that is that it doesn't need you to have your own testimony. It doesn't tie you to the efficacy of the products. It really just says, I'm doing this because my friend has experienced this and I want to feel this too. Super simple, super easy. And then obviously when you have folks like and comment on that post, right, you're obviously asking them to engage with you. You're asking them to, be excited with you, get on board with you. And really, who doesn't want more energy? Who doesn't want to sleep better? Whatever that person's testimony is, it's probably going to be pretty universal. And who wouldn't want that? So when they like or comment, you're just going to reach out and enthusiastically invite them to join you. So just remember, you may not have bites on that post, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you can't be successful in sharing the products. That doesn't mean anything. There are Facebook algorithms, unfortunately, that exist that can kind of get in the way, and they're way smarter than us, you guys. We don't know what those are at any given time. So this is just one way to start sharing immediately about Plexus. And to be honest with you, something that is great about our team culture, and again, if you're brand new, you don't know this, but you've joined a team of a very large team, but you've joined a team of very motivated and encouraging friends that you didn't know that you needed, and you didn't know you were going to get with $34.95. And here we are. We're all here to support you. So likely what's going to happen is when you make that post, the person who invited you to share Plexus, they're going to come into our team page and they're going to say, everybody, so-and-so just, made a post. Will you please go support it? And we're all going to do that. And you will just be floored at how much support you get. So not only does that boost that algorithm that we already are kind of confused on, right? We don't know, but it also helps you to see the support that you didn't know that you were going to receive. So that's in the first 24 minutes, right? That kind of seems like a lot in the first 24 minutes, but we can do this, right? Posting is easy. It's simple. It's quick. Writing down that website, all that good fun stuff. So in the first 24 hours, you're immediately going to want to get into a welcome conversation with the person who got you involved in Plexus and, their closest sponsor, right? Their closest person that's working the business, and why, right? Why would that be critical? Who cares? First of all, let me tell you that that is going to help you have another resource inside of Plexus. Very, very important. But it's also going to help build your belief. You're brand new. You don't know what these products are going to do. You're going to get to hear another story. You're going to get to hear another story besides your friend's story about what these products can do and what they have done. And we're all different. And there is no face of Plexus other than very individual and unique faces. We're all the face of Plexus. We all have our own story. So making sure that you get involved in a welcome conversation. Now, your sponsor is somebody that's typically going to push, drive that process. But I want you to know that if for some reason that has not occurred, make that happen. You're going to love it. They're going to have some insight for you, and you are going to, really walk away from that conversation with more information. And that's obviously what it's for. Once you're in that three-way conversation, that's actually a model for what's going to happen when you have anybody that's interested in Plexus in your life. You're going to get them involved in talking to your sponsor or your friend. Okay. And it's just really easy. We call it earn while you learn. And you're just going to be a connector. You're just going to be somebody who's enthusiastically talking about the products, whether you're serious about the business or not. And your sponsor is going to be able to answer questions and really bring health into your personal network. And that should be very fulfilling for you. Okay, so, the next thing, obviously, in the first 24 hours, if you are thinking, I want to get my products paid for, I'm interested in this, this is actively something that I want to pursue, this is a time where we do some brainstorming in the back office. Now, some of you will have been sent a welcome letter that have links to this, but in the back office, there are some great worksheets that are going to kind of walk you down the path of just writing down folks that, are in your life that you might want to bring more energy to, better sleep, greater gut health, maybe they're a pregnant mama, whatever that is, it kind of walks you through that process. But the next step would be to strategically invite 3 of those people to get them into those three-way conversations with your friend. And you don't have to know really any information. Your only responsibility is to enthusiastically get them connected and hooked up with your friend. So you can, call them, email them, send them a Facebook message. Just connecting them with the person who helped you get on board with Plexus is fantastic. All right. So, and in this training, Susie McCall really asserts, and I tend to agree, that 3 is the minimum. 3 is the very minimum that you should be sharing with Plexus. What we have to do sometimes when we start a system of products is we have to budget. So I don't know if you started this and you're like, okay, well, I gotta budget this. This has to work. Otherwise, I'm going to get in big trouble with the person I share my finances with, or I'm, a single person and I just every cent counts. So by sharing just very enthusiastically and innocently, just your excitement, you're going to get the opportunity to not only enhance the lives of other people, but you will make some income back by doing so when they decide to be your accountability partner. And getting healthy with friends is fun, but it's also wonderful that that can help kind of knock down your plexus bill as well, right? I mean, it's totally doable to not pay for your products at all. So I want you to think about that, because we don't ever want you to tell us that you can't afford our products, right? Everybody needs these products, and just by sharing with a handful of people, you can be making a profit on top of your product costs, okay? And I'm not saying that to, give you false hope. I'm saying it because it's absolutely real. I've been doing this for a really long time, and I can tell you that it's very easy, okay? And it's simple as long as you kind of do the work of being enthusiastic and sharing. All right. So like I said before, you're creating a list of potential people to reach out to. There is an entire process around this specific piece, and it's called the Rank Up Roadmap. Your sponsor is going to help you get connected to that. And if they have not shared that with you after this call, I want you to go into our team page or reach out to them, and they can help you find that in your back office. Okay. All right. So something that I want to mention is I don't want you to worry about not knowing the ingredients. Don't want you to worry about not understanding the compensation plan. The only responsibility that you have is to enthusiastically share and be working with your sponsor. Okay. I have a great confidence that if your sponsor has, shared plexus with you and they're getting you on board, they want to obviously be building a business themselves. But if they say, you know what, I don't know, I'm not really sure. Again, you've joined a team of 1,000 people or more than 1,000 people. We will help you find the resources that you need. So if your sponsor does not know where to find the Rank Up Roadmap, come into our team page, just post there, and we will take care of you. One of myself or any member of the leadership team will help you get where you need to be, okay? All right. So here's another thing that you can think about too. I know that we're all super busy, and we all love that, this is kind of an online virtual thing, but it is really fun to get some friends together and talk about our products in person. We like to call that a sip and see. And by no means do you have to do anything like that. But if you have a personal network and a friends group that you feel like would be receptive to this, or some family, feel free to get them together and to go to your friend who invited you to Plexus, or just, your closest upline that's working the business, and get them to come to your in-person event. It doesn't have to be fancy. This does not have to be anything that's overblown. This can be people really sitting around and just, on the couch and just chatting. But I've been to several of those. I've obviously helped host them, but I've also attended them, and they are ridiculously beneficial for learning. But also they're very lucrative to get the interest going in your personal networks, okay? All right. So this is the first 24 hours, so we're going to ask you to post again on social media. We're going to ask you to post one more time on social media, and a lot of people may not have seen that first post of yours, okay? So, create interest, make it personal. Anytime that you can talk about what you're feeling or what you're hopeful about, make it your own, is going to draw people in. People, want to support you no matter what. And inviting them to support you with genuine information about how you're feeling, what your goals are, being vulnerable about those goals, that's always going to be really attractive. Okay, so we're almost done. We're moving into the first 24 days. I told you guys this was going to be kind of fast. So I just want to say that even if you're joining again for just the discount, the steps we've described above, will help you, like I said, get your products paid for. We don't want you to ever worry about not being able to take Plexus, okay? There's too much research about gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar. For overall health, that means that you need these products. People in your life need these products. We don't want you to not be able to take plexus because of finances. And again, just that handful of people, right? We're not talking about working really hard. And again, I never want to say it's easy, because that really cheapens what our kind of career, our very serious business builder ambassadors are doing on a daily basis. Okay. I don't want to say that it's easy, but if you want to generate some light income to kind of cut this bill in half or to take care of this bill, if you enthusiastically share, you're not going to have a problem, guys. I mean, you're just really not. And I think that any leader on this team would agree. All right. So again, having that kind of in-person little gathering that we talked about is a really great thing. It's, we discussed it in the first 24 minutes, but, doing something casual and friendly is another way to kind of break away from social media. You might feel maybe you feel uncomfortable with that, but you want to connect with people about plexus, getting them to your house. You guys know, I mean, people always want an excuse to, get out of their own house. I mean, I know that I do. So I love going to in-person events, having some food, getting some friends together, and just talking about the products is another way. So another great thing to do, another great step to always keep in mind is scheduling at the very least 1 3-way call per week, okay, is going to ensure that you are, not only getting information for yourself. So I'm talking about a 3-way call or a 3-way conversation with your sponsor upline, right? That is going to do a lot for you, okay? They're going to be able to make sure you're taking the products correctly. They're going to give you tips. And this doesn't have to be a long conversation, but connecting with that person who introduced you to plexus is a really important thing. And something that you're going to find is not only is our entire team very uplifting and self-confidence building, but the person who invited you to plexus is going to be doing the exact same thing. I mean, they want you to be successful on the products. They want you to be successful in, sharing if you need to be making some income. That's what we're here for. So again, if you want to build your business quickly, inviting them, your sponsor or your friend that invited you into plexus, inviting them to talk to people in your life is only going to accelerate very quickly your results in getting your products paid for or bringing that income in or whatever it is. Okay. All right. So if you've done everything that I've said, if you've posted on social media, if you've gotten your sponsor or your friend into 3-way messages, if you're talking about plexus enthusiastically, if you're reaching out proactively, like you're probably at our first rank by now, which is called silver. Okay. You're probably there. And that was easy. Okay. That was literally the first 24 days. If you do everything that was described, you're going to be making, especially in your first month, you're going to be making over $175. That's probably covered the cost of your products, maybe more. I don't know what you're capable of. I don't know how enthusiastic you can be about this. But again, this is a very no pressure system. Okay. It's really about connection. It's about relationships. It's about just reaching out to your friends or your family and saying, look, I'm drinking this stuff and I'm really excited about it. And I know you deal with X, Y, and Z. Do you want to talk to my friend about this? Because I think that she could give you some information and I'd love for you to do this with me. That's it. That's all you have to do. And if you do that 3 to 5 times, you are making over your product costs, I would venture to say. So that's it. I was not going to talk about any product specifically. I wanted to give you some best practices on how to get started strongly, how to build your confidence. We, again, have those resources for our products. We have resources for our compensation plan. So I'm going to if you want to unmute yourself and ask any questions, that's great. If not, that's fine too. Does anyone have any questions or anything? Leadership team, did I miss anything that we need to cover in this kind of way? Something that you felt like would be great for us to mention? No? Okay. Anybody have anything else? And I can post a script of this, or leaders, I can get it into your hands as well. I did really like there is a message that I feel that leaders, we should be sending to that new ambassador, right, as the sponsor. I like it. I copied and pasted it. I'll put it in our recording. So I'm actually going to stop recording right now.